We have two multiple choice questions at the end of our chimpanzee discussion. So let's look at those now and to think about the correct answers, how we got those, and why the wrong ones are incorrect. Okay, so let's take a look here. All right, first one. One reason that wild chimpanzees can only say a few things is, the correct answer is A. Okay, the student and the professor discuss the fact that chimpanzees have a limited vocabulary. Let's listen to that discussion here.
It sounds like maybe chimps have just a few words?
Right. Without human training, they can only say a few things because their vocabularies are small.
Okay, so A is the correct answer there, and it really depends a little bit on your understanding of the key word there, limited, because the students and the professor talk about how they have a small vocabulary, they don't have many words, all paraphrases here of this idea of limited. Limited meaning not a lot, okay? Very few words that they can use to communicate. Okay, so there we have our correct answer. What about B and C? Well, displacement is described in the passage, but it's not something that the chimpanzees suffer from. Displacement is not a condition of some kind that you have, like a medical problem that you have, that you're suffering with. Displacement is discussed in the passage here as being a quality of particularly human communication where people can talk about things that are not right in front of them, okay? It does not make sense to say someone suffers from displacement. This is something you get from understanding the concept of displacement by listening to the professor generally and the students talking about this concept, and then recognizing that it would not make sense to suffer from displacement as it's being used in this lecture or this discussion. Okay, C. They can't learn new words. Well, we know that's not true because we hear elsewhere in the lecture that they can be trained to learn new words, okay? So wild chimpanzees don't have many words, it's true, but that does not mean they can't learn new ones, okay? And in fact, we know that it takes some training eventually, but that chimpanzees can learn new words. It's just that in the wild, if they aren't trained by anyone, they won't do it. They'll just keep their small vocabulary. Let's look at number 30 now. The professor believes that displacement and productivity are special features of human language, something that makes human language unique. Remember, in this lecture, we've already decided that just the fact that humans speak to one another and use their voices does not really define human language, okay? Here, she's using she says that these concepts, productivity and displacement, are things that are unique and special to human language. Let's hear where she says that.
I'd still argue, though, that displacement and productivity are uniquely human.
Okay, so she says that basically a direct paraphrase of answer choice B right there towards the end of the lecture. Okay, A, let's look at that. What's wrong with A? Displacement and productivity are common among wild chimpanzees. Well, we know that can't be true. If you understood what was meant by displacement and productivity, we know that that's how they were defining what chimpanzee language does not have. Okay, so A is incorrect, clearly. And C, not closely related to human speech. That is the opposite to our correct answer, B. And so hopefully you were able to catch that the professor believes these two things are unique to human speech, language, unique to the way human beings use language. So B is your correct answer, and those are our two short multiple choice questions at the end of this discussion.